Alright guys, today we're looking at Mob. Boom. He doesn't really got any... Oh my god. That was close. He doesn't really have any good stats. I got S on his cooldown and that was it. I'm trying to look at how to do the new event as quick as possible. And I think I found the best way. So I'm probably gonna do a video on that as well. So if you be on the lookout for that. Alright, we got our farms maxed out. So let's look at him real quick. Let's turn off these guys' VFX. And then I gotta turn them on. Because I turn them off when I macro. So that my computer don't blow. Alright, we'll just look at his moves and then we'll look at his passives. Because... Whoa. That was a weird noise. He's a cone AoE. Magic and lightning. Boom. And boom. One thing I've noticed with like every character in this update is that they all have really long SPAs. Like Golden Spirit, I'm pretty sure this guy also has a really long SPA. Alright, now let's look at his passives. So, his true strength is hidden, but those foolish enough to test him are crushed by his psychic presence. Enemies within Psycho's range are constantly afflicted by a psychic aura, taking 1% of his damage every second. If an enemy dies from this effect, Psycho permanently gains plus 1% damage, 0.5% range, up to a maximum of 15% damage and 7.5% range. While question mark is active, Psychic Aura deals 2% damage instead of 2% damage per second instead. Yeah. Psycho has an emotion meter. This meter goes up by 0.5% every time Psycho kills an enemy. Max 100% when the meter reaches 100%. Uses blank by blank ability to choose an emotion that will consume Psycho. Anger, gain 50% damage. Sadness, he can hit flying. And friendship, he buffs all units by 20%. I think he's pretty mid. I think he's pretty mid. So if we use it, we'll just go anger. I think most of the time we'll just go with anger. That just seems to be like the safest option. You know, if you need a heal, just bring a heal. You need a hybrid, just bring a hybrid. You're not gonna wait for Mob to get 200.
Say that again?
200 kills to ramp up. We'll upgrade all of them just to see what they do. Just to see all of them in action. And after activating for the first time, the emotion meter transforms into a blank meter. This ability can be toggled on and off at any time. While inactive, the meter fills by 2.5% every second. Max 200% when active. Psycho's cooldown gets reduced by 50%. The meter drains by 5% every second. Psycho gains plus 20% range, while the blank meter is at 200%. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna be good for anything other than a new event. Because he literally... You need a long form content to max him out. Now we'll do fine on this guy. Okay, so he stays... It doesn't show that he's flying, it just shows that he's ground. I'll do this one. Okay, yeah, see, and then their damage went up. Nice. Yeah, he's pretty bad. And then this is the 20% buff on him. With his thing, he's got 13,932 DPS. Oh, he jumped up to 14,178 DPS. And his little aura thing, now that it's doing 2% of that damage, it'll be 64 point... Alright, we're just gonna look it up. What is 2% of 64,300? Dang it. 1,286. Yeah, he's awful. Mob is terrible. Golden Spirit is way better. I think even Claw is better. Let's just do a little showcase of Claw as well, since I didn't do that. This one will be fast. Alright, so maxed out, 92,000 damage every 7.8 seconds. Every attack, the first attack deals minus 30% damage, but all attacks after that deal plus 30% damage, which is okay, that's not too bad. While this unit is on the field, all units in range lose minus 10% damage, counter attack gains plus 50% damage. I mean, that's a lot of damage, so I'm not sure. Claw's attacks ignore enemy shields. The one thing I've noticed about that is that he completely ignores them. I kind of thought that he would be like Toji from Anime Vanguards. He's not. He doesn't just immediately break them and then still do damage. He just completely ignores them. So if there's shields on enemies, he's just gonna hit through them, but then all the rest of your units will still have to break all the shields. But yeah, Mob is 100% the worst unit this update. He's 100% garbage. This guy has 11,860 PS. The only downside with him is that he's gonna make your other units do less damage, but 10%, I mean, are we really gonna notice that? He's a 3 placement. Mob is only good as a support, and even then, he ain't good. He ain't any good. His DPS, bad. Even on his anger emotion. And then if you do that, I mean, yeah, it goes up to 12,000, but it's only until this meter runs out, which it runs out in 200%, decreases by 5% every second. It's only active for 40 seconds. That's like nothing. And it takes another 40 to charge up. But yeah, alright, well, that's all. Goodbye.